Hopefully y'all got about 40, maybe 40, 35, 40 minutes. Chop it up with the kid, listen to the build, man. Got some little motivation for y'all today. So again, hopefully y'all got a little time to chop it up with the kid, man, and tap into the build, man, because we're gonna go in today, man, give y'all some motivation, some harsh truths that y'all need to hear, man, in regards to just turning your misery into millions, man. We're gonna deal once again with accountability. So what's the word, man? How everybody living and feeling on this Friday? Hopefully y'all feeling good, going into the weekend on a positive and healthy note. Rayshawn, peace, what's happening? What's the word? How we living, how we feeling? How we living and feeling on this wonderful Friday, man? How we living and feeling? What's the word? The good kid, peace, what's happening? Ray, peace, what's the word? Clocks in, peace, what's happening? What's the word? Jeff, peace, what's happening? Yeah, we talking about turning that misery into millions. You know what I'm saying? How to turn a miserable situation or how to turn miserable circumstances into millions, into profit. Basically, how to overcome unfavorable circumstances. A lot of people are dealing with these unfavorable circumstances. You know, so we got to work hard to reverse these circumstances. But it's real easy because there's a common denominator. When you analyze in your life, there's a common denominator in regards to everything that's happening. Guess what's the common denominator? Matter of fact, guess who is the common denominator? The common denominator is you. D, peace, what's happening? And that's real in the field. I didn't even know she was tapping in today. Hey, but can't beat that. You know what I'm saying? We're going live at the same time. Rapidly shift that focus. Go from one platform to the next. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. Keep both up at the same time. That's how we rocking. But I ain't got much time. She probably got a lot longer than me. I ain't got much time. I just wanted to tap in and give y'all some motivation real quick, man, because I was inspired out here. Evan, peace, what's happening? But yeah, there's one common denominator in regards to everything that's happening in your life right now. That common denominator is you. You are the common denominator. So when you analyzing your life, when you analyzing things that you are going through in life, you are the common denominator. Everything can go back to self. That's called accountability. So when you look at your situation, when you look at your circumstances in life, and they are very unfavorable, guess what? Guess who is at the center of all of this? Is you. You know, you dictate the flow of your life via your perception. Your perception is everything. You know, and a lot of times we create these unfavorable circumstances and conditions via how we perceive ourselves via how we perceive life. So we are the creators of these unfavorable circumstances. We are the creators of this misery. We are the creators of our depression, of our anxiety, whether we want to admit it or not. We are the creators of our sickness, of our disease. That's all on you. A lot of us are choosing disease. A lot of us are choosing to be unhealthy via our perceptions, via how we perceive ourselves. And this is just an actual fact. And a lot of people can't handle these facts because, again, it's accountability. We want to blame somebody for us being sick, for us being disease-ridden. We want to blame somebody. We want to blame our peoples for cooking the trash foods for us growing up, although now we have the common sense to not eat these foods. You know, so we want to blame any and everybody else for our terrible decisions except for ourselves. But like I said, again, the common denominator is you. Common denominator. It's always you. Dominique, peace, what's happening? Create strategy, peace, what's happening? The real peace, appreciate that. The common denominator is always you. Always you. Stop looking outside of yourself for people to blame. Stop looking outside of yourself for circumstances to blame, for environments to blame. Stop looking outside of yourself. Look within. That's the answer to everything. The answer to everything is always within you. The solution to everything is always within you. So when you have unfavorable circumstances, when you are faced with miserable circumstances, what is the first thing you should do? Look within. That is how you that is how you transfer. That is how you take those miserable circumstances and turn them into millions, turn them into profit, turn them into wealth. You look within. You see, what is your role? What is my role in my miserable circumstances right now? What is my role in my depression right now? What is my role in my anxiety right now? Look what I'm talking about. Look how I'm phrasing it. My anxiety, my depression. Again, it's yours because you are creating it. So analyze your role in this situation. Everything has a cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? And to get to the cause, you got to look within yourself. You got to look at yourself. Stop being afraid to do that. If you dealing, again, like I said, if you dealing with some miserable circumstances, look at your role. I guarantee you that you had a role in your current circumstances. Whether it's bad decisions that you made or whether it's bad energy that you putting out. But I guarantee you that you had a role. Guarantee you. But a lot of us, we choose to overlook our roles. We choose to overlook the role that we play in the unfolding of our bad circumstances, our negative circumstances. And again, we just want to blame somebody else, or we want to blame something else. Stop doing that. Joel, peace, what's happening? Stop doing that. That's dead. That's not going to lead to any progression. That's not going to lead to any wealth at all. Like, that's the number one reason why a lot of us stay in unfavorable circumstances, or as one of them, because we're not looking within for the answers. We're not looking within for the blame. You know, we looking outside of ourselves. So the moment we look outside of ourselves and we release that accountability and we say such and such is the reason why I'm in this position, we're going to stay in that position. Listen to what I'm telling you. The moment you relinquish that power and say such and such is the reason why I'm in this position, you will remain in that position. Because you feel like you had no role in your current position. So therefore, you feel like you have no role in you getting out of that current position. That's dangerous. It's dangerous to perceive it like that. Shantae, Peace Queen, what's happening? It's dangerous to perceive anything like that. When you give somebody else the power and say such and such is the reason why I'm in this condition right now, you have relinquished your power to change that condition. You have given up that power. You do not want to move. You do not want to live like that. Do not relinquish your power. Do not give up your power. Again, always acknowledge your role in your current condition. If you are in a situation right now and you're not liking that situation, you're not liking your circumstances, guess what? You are in that current position because of you. Where you are at right now is the sum total of your thoughts, like the energy that you're putting out, your attitude, you know what I'm saying, your feelings, your emotions, your ways and actions. It's the sum total of all of that. Your perception, it's the sum total of all of that. So you play a major role in where you are currently at. And you can also play a major role in your evolution, in your elevation. You can also play a major role in you getting out of your current circumstances. So just like you are the reason why you are in this current position, you can be the reason why you get out. That's power. We all have that power. We all have it. Nobody is exempt. We all possess that power. You have got to exercise that power. But in order to exercise that power, you have got to know that that power even exists within you in the first place. And there is no way that you can know that power exists within you in the first place if you blaming everybody, if you pointing the finger at everybody else. So in order for you to know that power exists within you, you have got to acknowledge that power. You have got to accept it. You've got to embrace it. That's what we are not doing. Shakir, peace, what's happening? And everybody has that power. Everybody possesses that power because everybody has the ability to perceive. As long as we have the ability to perceive, we have the ability to conceive, you know? So we have the ability to conceive a new reality for ourselves. So once again, whatever you complaining about in regards to your current circumstances, what are you doing to change them? You must change yourself. You know what I'm saying? You must change yourself. If you are in a situation right now, you're not liking it, and you've been in that situation for a minute, again, you the common denominator. There are some things that you must work on for yourself. So what are you doing? What internal work are you putting in to progress, to get up out of your current circumstances? That is how you do it. So if you're looking at yourself, you're like, man, all right, man, I'm in a state of misery. You know, my circumstances right now are miserable. This is the way. This is the way you transform that misery into millions. Okay, first of all, you look within, you say, my circumstances are miserable. And you look at the common denominator. The common denominator is me. You know, I'm where I'm at today because of my perception, because of my thoughts, because of energy that I'm putting out, because of decisions that I'm making. So that means I need to make better decisions. That means I need to change my perception of reality, my perception of self, my perception of life outside of myself. This is what must be done. So again, and you also got to look at your miserable conditions or circumstances as an opportunity to grow, as an opportunity to change, because that's exactly what it is. So again, that miserable circumstance is an opportunity. So you don't bask in that misery. You look at it like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to grow as a person. That is how you do it. Corey, peace, what's happening? Like that's how you move. That's how you got to operate. That's how you got to function. Oh, D for sure, you know. Hey, shout out to the therapist. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the therapist. But that's how you got to do it. I see people all the time, man. Blame game, the complain game. I see it all the time. Got to stop that, man. That is getting you nowhere in life. And that's part of the reason why you are getting nowhere. Just look at it, man. If you constantly complaining, if you constantly blaming, if you constantly negative, if you just, I mean, come on, man. What do you think you are going to receive in life if that's what you putting out? I'm going to complain all the time. I'm going to be negative all the time. I'm going to cry all the time. I'm going to blame all the time. What do you think you're going to receive? You're going to receive all of that type of energy. Those are the type of circumstances that you're going to give birth to. So again, complaining about something, crying about something, blaming people for everything, that's not going to generate anything positive in your life. Acknowledge what happened to you, look within, and then start putting in work for the solutions. It's that simple. It's that simple. We make it extra complicated by adding on all this complaining and whatnot. All this complaining, all of this crying, this self-pity. Like self-pity, listen, self-pity is a dangerous drug, man. It's a dangerous drug. The moment you feel yourself entering that type of state, you got to snap out of it, man. You got to snap out of it. You know, like, hey, I get it. You know, mental health, big problem these days, but we got to understand something. We are in control. That's what we got to understand. So I'm not about to continue to babysit people and coddle y'all. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got the power, you got the control. Just like you have the ability to complain, you have the ability to think positively. Just like you have the ability to focus on the negative side of an equation, you have the ability to focus on the positive side of the equation. The choice is yours. Choice is yours, man. We got enough resources out here, and we got enough individuals out here that's spreading that type of energy to help you along that process, man. But you choosing to indulge in the toxicity and the negativity. Therefore, I'm not feeling sorry for you at this particular point. You making a choice, and it's obvious what type of state you feel comfortable in. So if you feel comfortable in that negative state, then cool, but don't complain about it because you are making choices that's feeding that negative state, those negative circumstances. You want to change, man, you got to feed yourself some different foods, man. Just like if you want to elevate your health, man, you got to stop eating the food that's causing your health to decline. You got to start eating more fruits and vegetables. That's the way that it goes. You know what I'm saying? So if you eating a lot of junk food and you want your health to improve, it's not going to improve by you continuing to eat the junk food. Same with life, man. If you want your circumstances to change, man, you got to feed yourself different foods, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to put out different energy, man. Seriously. Percy, appreciate that donation for sure. Get back to it. You know what I'm saying? We acknowledge it. We hold ourselves accountable. We're not going to beat ourselves up over the head. If we know we've been slipping, we acknowledge it and we get back on track. You know, I was having that conversation with a client. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the biggest key. When you tackling like your fitness goals and your health goals. It's the biggest key. Don't beat yourself up over the head. Don't be like, oh man, I messed around, I ate junk food for 3 days, life is over with. Nah, acknowledge that and then bounce back. Like, dang, man, I've been slipping for 3 days. All right, let me bounce back. Nah, I've been slipping for 5 days. Let me bounce back. Don't be like, man, I've been slipping for 5 days. I'm so depressed. I did all that hard work for nothing. I was eating clean for 30 days and now I slipped up for 3 days. Now life is over. I can never get back on track. Like, nah, don't do all of that. Acknowledge what you did, acknowledge what you have done, and then bounce back. Put in the work. It's really that simple. Instead, again, self-pity. That's what we like to do. Oh, I can't believe I let myself do that. I can't believe it. And we start dealing with that energy for way too long. And guess what? That's just going to create more circumstances for us to continue on that path. The longer you think about that, the longer you bask in that type of energy, that type of regret, guess what? You're going to continue to travel down that path. So you don't want to deal with that regret. You don't want to bask in that regret for too long. Like at all. Acknowledge it. Boom, throw it away, keep it moving. Bounce back. Recalibrate. Recenter yourself. Is it. You know what you was doing and you know that it was bad. Now it's time to bounce back and do what's good. Do what's right and exact. Do what's required. Do what's necessary. It's really that simple. Really that simple, man. Again, we don't have time. We don't have the time to be sitting around here, man, just miserable. We don't have time to be sitting around here just depressed all the time. Man, we don't got time for that, man. Like, listen, the world outside of us, they don't care anything about that. You know what I'm saying? So you walking around depressed, you dealing with a bunch of people that they care about themselves. They don't care about you. So again, if you are going to neglect you, then you in big trouble. That's why I'm saying you got to exercise that power. You got to exercise that power to change your mental state, to change your perception. You got to exercise it because nobody else is going to do it for you because nobody else really cares. And for one, it's nobody else's job or responsibility to do that for you. That's on you. That's on you. So you dealing with a world full of people that really don't necessarily care about your mental health because they got things that they need to tend to mentally and physically. So they don't have the time to be looking out for you. So you got to look out for yourself. You got to exercise that power within you, yourself. You got to do that. It's on you. It's on you. So again, analyze your choices. You know, again, look at where you are at today. If you don't like it, analyze all the choices that you have made that have led up to this point. Analyze all of the energy that you have been putting out on a daily basis. Analyze that, man. Analyze your ways and actions up to this particular point. Once you do these things, then we realize now something must change. Y'all know the cliche about insanity, doing the same things over and over, expecting what? Different results. So if you want different results, man, you got to do something that's different. So if you've been moving the same way for 30 plus years and you're not liking where you at, now it's time for you to get out your comfort zone. Do something different, man. Stop being insane. Ma Parker, peace. What's happening? Stop being insane. Don't do the same thing over and over again. Again, you acting the same way. You've been acting the same way for 15, 16, 17, 20, 25 plus years. And you think all of a sudden things are supposed to change. No, you're not changing your perception. You have the same perception of life and yourself that you had 10 years ago. So why would something change? Your ways and actions are the same in regards to how they were 10 years ago. And you expect for things to change simply because you want them to change. No, that's not how life works, man. You got to be different. You have got to change if you want something in your life to change. Point blank, man. Point blank. Point blank. Don't be afraid to put in that work. And again, all of the work starts internally. As within, so without, they say. So when you put in the internal work, guess what? The external is going to follow suit. But we neglect that internal work. You know, we try to skip the inner work and we go right to the outer work. No, that's incorrect. That's an incorrect approach. You must deal with the inner work first. That's where everything starts. So you got to deal with the inner work. Stop running from yourself. You know, stop running from yourself. That's where all the change is going to start. That's where the manifestations will begin. That's where the transformation and the evolution will begin internally. It's the inner work. It must be done. If you're dealing with some unfavorable circumstances, again, internally, there's some work that needs to be done. It has to be done. If you want it to change, look within. You got to deal with what's within. You got to deal with those repressed emotions and feelings. You have to resolve those unresolved conflicts. You must do that if you striving to move forward and progress and elevate. You have to deal with them. There is no way that you're going to elevate if you have these unresolved conflicts. You know, they tell you that that's a main cause of disease, having unresolved conflicts. So you got to resolve these joints, man. You went through what you went through back in the day. Guess what? You survived it. You still here today. You still living to tell the story. Focus on that. That's the best part. We say keep the best parts preserved for self. The best part is you survived it, man. It could have been much worse. It could have been much worse. Look at what you went through. It could have been much, much worse. Because you simply, it could have been a situation where you did not survive it. So again, you survived it. Embrace that fact, man. You still breathing and you have the ability to move forward and evolve in life. So again, resolve these conflicts, man. Stop repressing these situations. Stop repressing these feelings and emotions. It's going to be hard to move forward with a ton of repressed emotions and unresolved conflicts internally. It's going to be hard to move forward with that, man. You waking up crying and feeling bad, don't even understand where that's coming from. That's those repressed emotions and feelings that you must deal with. You have buried them so deep, you have forgot about them. But guess what? The subconscious doesn't forget about them. So those times where you wake up crying and you just randomly crying and just randomly getting sad and depressed, that's your unconscious, that's your subconscious tapping into those repressed emotions. Like, hey, they still here. Boom, send off a signal, make them feel sad real quick. So again, all those moments where you just think it's random, like you randomly feeling depressed, it's not random. It's not random at all. It's not random. It's something that you did not deal with, that you did not face, that you did not resolve, and it's popping back up to the surface. That subconscious, it doesn't forget. It stores everything. You know, so you think you forgetting something, you think you neglecting it, you think you burying something, but you just burying it alive. It still exists. So you got to deal with it, man. Don't run from it. Run to it, run through it. That is how you do it, man. That's how you do it. We got to get more proactive when it comes to this mental health. We got to get more proactive when it comes to depression and things like this. And again, I talked about this on Facebook, you know, about things being easier said than done. When people make that type of remark, I can't stand that, you know, because a lot of times when people hear what I'm saying right now, they start hitting me with that BS. Oh, that's easier said than done. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. If things were easier said than done, then the world would not be as miserable as it is today. Because people don't understand. If you check out biblical texts, they tell you in the beginning was the word, things like that. So again, we got to understand. Your word is your bond, things like that, man. The way that you are living right now is a reflection of your thoughts, of the words that you speak about yourself. So if things were easier said than done, why are more people not in better circumstances right now? If things are so easy to say. Everything starts with that thought. It starts with what you say, what you speak about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if it's so easy to speak life into oneself, why are people not doing it? So no, things are not easier said than done. Because ain't nobody saying the things that need to be said. So stop saying that. Stop lying to yourself. It's one of the biggest lies ever told. One of the biggest lies ever told. If things were easier said than done, then more people would be out here living different lives because we would be speaking life into ourselves. People not speaking life into themselves. Not only are they not speaking life into themselves, but they not speaking life into the atmosphere. So things are not easier said than done. Stop lying. Stop playing with me. Jasmine, peace. What's happening, Queen? What's happening? Angelic, peace for sure. You know, I cannot stand when somebody tells me that. Oh, that's easier said than done. Then why are you not saying it? Why are you not saying it? If I say something, you know what I'm saying? If I give you a suggestion and you tell me it's easier said than done, then why are you having so many problems saying exactly what it is that I'm telling you to say? If it's so easy to say it, why can't you say it on a consistent basis? Miami Soldier, peace, what's happening? Somebody let me know that if things are so much easier to say, why can't people say these things on a consistent basis? Why are people not speaking life into the atmosphere, into themselves on a consistent basis if things are easier said than done? Somebody let me know. Don't look like things are easier said than done. Because ain't nobody speaking life. Every other conversation you have with a person, guess what? They speaking that death. They speaking that negativity. Every other conversation. But it's easier said than done though. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not. And first and foremost, who cares about anything being easy? You know what I'm saying? Who cares about something being easy? When we start talking about changing your perception, when we start talking about changing the way you speak about yourself and you view yourself, who said anything about something being easy? Who said anything about something being difficult? Who said something about any of that? I don't care about something being easy. I don't care about something being difficult. Just do it, man. Just be it. Just say it. We ain't worried about the difficulty level. We don't care about any of that. If it's easy, cool. If it's difficult, cool. Who cares? Put in the work that must be put in. It's that simple, man. It's that simple. So I don't care anything about something being easy. I don't care anything about something being difficult. All I care about is what needs to be done for me to evolve and progress. That's what I care about. And that's what you should care about. That's what you should care about. What's the formula? What do I need to do to change my circumstances? I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how easy it is. What do I need to do? Now let me go do it. But again, everybody want to tell me something is easier said than done. Yet nobody is saying anything. Only thing they speaking is negativity. But y'all telling me when I tell you to change your perception, that's easier said than done. Or when I'm telling you to eat healthier, that's easier said than done. Then why are you not telling yourself on a consistent basis that I am getting healthier on a weekly basis? Why are you not speaking that energy into the atmosphere? It's so easy to say you need to eat healthy, but you're not saying that. You're not saying that. And then even when it comes to speaking, things into existence, you got to watch how you word it. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between when you say something that you are going to do versus speaking as if it's already happening or it's going to happen. Prime example. When it comes to the fitness space, this is how you got to tweak it. This is how powerful it is. But you got to watch how you speak it. Prime example in the fitness space. Let's say you gotta lose some weight. This is how you got to speak this into the atmosphere in order for something to change, in order for something to happen. You can't say, I need to lose weight. That's the incorrect energy to put into the atmosphere. That's not how you word it. Instead, say, I am losing weight on a weekly basis. Difference. When you walk around and say, I need to lose weight, that's not speaking with conviction. That's just telling you something that you need to do. No, speak as if you are already doing it. Speak as if it's already happening. So no, I need to lose weight. I need to work out. No, I am working out on a weekly basis. I am losing weight on a weekly basis. That's how you do that. That's how you manifest. That's how you speak things into existence. And again, yeah, that may sound easy, but guess how many people are doing that on a consistent basis? Not many. How many people are sitting here saying on a daily basis, on a consistent basis, that I am losing weight on a daily basis, on a weekly basis? I am getting healthier on a weekly basis. I am making healthier decisions on a weekly basis. How many people are putting that energy into the atmosphere on a consistent daily basis? Not many. Not many. Not many. Mervin, peace, what's happening? Yasir, peace, what's happening? RS, for sure, let's get it. We tapped in. Marcel, peace, what's happening? We tapped in. How many people are speaking that type of energy into the atmosphere on a consistent basis? I'm telling you, not many. But yet they're going to tell me that's easier said than done. Then say it. See how hard it is to speak that type of energy on a consistent basis. I guarantee you it's not that easy to wake up on a daily basis and 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the middle of the day, 10 times before you go to bed to tell yourself, I am getting healthier on a weekly basis. Watch how many people can keep that type of energy up, but it's so easier to say things. Come on, man, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Real humble peace, what's happening? Stop playing. You're not doing what needs to be done, and you're not saying what needs to be said. Full of excuses. But you can keep that negative energy to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to counter it every time. I'm in a space right now where I don't want none of that negative energy. If you coming to me with some negative energy, I'm going to stare you down and I'm going to counter that with some strong, with some powerful energy, some empowering energy. Keep that nonsense, man. I don't want to hear that. I'm not going for it. I'm right now, it's a war against negative energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on right now. It's a war against negative energy. If you come to me with some negative energy, it's being neutralized. So if you don't like the empowering energy, if you don't like the healthy energy, then you might as well not even associate with me, because I don't have time to be in that type of vibe, be in that type of space. You're not going to bring me that. I'm not allowing that to happen, because I'm more powerful than that energy you putting out. You know, I dictate the flow of my energy. I dictate the flow, my mental flow. I dictate all of that. So I'm not going to allow you to bring me down. So if you speaking negatively, then I'm going to exercise my power and I'm going to neutralize that nonsense you speaking. And I'm going to give you some positive energy to think about. I'm going to give you some powerful energy to think about. You're not about to play with me. You know what I'm saying? It's a war against that negative energy. It's being neutralized every time, whether it's within myself or whether it's externally and somebody else talking to me. War on negative energy. Mervin, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? War on that negative energy. If I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? If I'm telling you, if I feel comfortable enough around you to let you know, I'm planning on eating like this, that, and the third, and you got something negative to say, nope, countering that. I'm not going to let you think it's okay to be speaking negatively to me about something that I chose to share with you. No, sir, no, ma'am. That negative energy is dead. We killing negative energy, so we're on that negative energy. We done with it. You know what I'm saying? We done with it. I'm not allowing that in my cipher. And I'm not going to allow you to get the last word if it's something that's negative, because I got the power to do that. I got the power to control that narrative. So if I don't want the last word to be something that's negative, it shall not be. You know what I'm saying? You're going to bear witness to that positivity. You're going to bear witness to my power. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, we striving to prosper out here. We can't prosper when we got a bunch of negative energy around us. You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to need people to get on board with that powerful energy and that positive energy. For real, that's dead. Like, for real, we trying to prosper. You got to keep that prosperous energy around you. You know, so if you coming to me with that dead, negative, terrible energy, you got to go, man. You got to go, or you being neutralized. You converting over, or you got to go. Point blank. You converting over to the powerful side, to the empowering side, to the healthy side, or you got to go. You got to go. You got to go. We don't have time for that, man. Please, somebody tell me how is it beneficial to possess some type of negative energy? Where is that beneficial at? Where is that beneficial at? And again, when I tell people they're responsible for their circumstances in life and they getting their feelings, just analyze the way that they viewing themselves and viewing the world around them. It's all negative. So again, don't argue with me. Just analyze your energy. If I tell you that you're responsible for your current circumstances, I guarantee you when you analyze the energy that you're putting out, there goes the proof. There goes the evidence. Man, most of the people that I come in contact with have a negative perception. They putting out negative energy more consistently than they putting out positive energy. Stop that, man. Stop entertaining that negative energy, that doubt, that fear, that anxiety, that depression. The more you entertain it, the more you tap into it, the more you focus on it, the more it grows. And that's just a fact, man. You got that control, man. You can choose to say, I'm going to focus on what's depressing me, and I'm going to focus on what's not depressing me. You have the ability to choose that. Exercise that ability, man. Exercise it, man. Come on, man. We got to stop playing, man. We got future generations that's tapping into us. We got future generations that's watching us. Man, we got to deal with some things, man. We got to deal with the trauma, man. We got to face the trauma. We got to run through the trauma, man. We done been through some traumatizing experiences. But the only way to conquer these joints is to face them and run through them. Man, we survived them. Yeah, we been through them. We survived them because we are resilient people. But we can't elevate and evolve if we suppress them joints. So you've been through the trauma. Guess what? That trauma can make you stronger if you face it and deal with it. But neglecting it is making you weaker, man. It's killing you. It's literally creating the environment for a disease, man. Every day that you neglect that traumatizing experience that you went through, that's making you sicker, man. That's making you more susceptible to a fatal disease. And you ain't even realizing it. You know what I'm saying? So again, deal with the traumatizing experience, man. You survived it. You went through it. You survived it. You deal with it. The quicker you deal with it, the stronger you become. Like we gotta stop playing. We gotta stop making these excuses. Like I said, there's plenty of resources, there's plenty of platforms out here, man, where people trying to uplift the folks, people trying to raise the consciousness of the people. Y'all just choosing to tap into the BS, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you choosing to tap into the gossip and the BS and you wonder why you're not evolving, that's because you're neglecting the people that's putting out the content that can lead to the elevation of your consciousness. That's on you, man. So I don't feel bad for you. I have no sympathy for you. If I see what you tapping into, and for the most part, it's mindless gossip and BS and nonsense, and then you crying about your circumstances, tap into some different things, man. Tap into some different people. Tap into some different content. You know, point blank, man. Point blank. You are what you consume. You are what you consume, man. So if you consuming all this toxic content, guess what? Your circumstances around you are going to be very toxic. You know, you are what you tap into, man. Real humble, for sure. I got a book right here. This is an 800-page book, and this mug is peace. Look at that. I gotta tap in. I feel like somebody trying to walk in on the kid, but mind is master. Here we go. Mind is the master. And this book, this like 4 or 5 books in one. Thick book. It's like 880 some pages, but it's peace so far. If y'all know about the book As a Man Thinketh, that's the same author. So it's like I think all of his books compiled into one book. So very powerful book, man. It will definitely help you cultivate this mental environment that I'm talking about. That book is definitely powerful for that. You know, so we done playing and we done sugarcoating. Again, we dealing hardcore with accountability. If I hear you crying about any circumstance, guess what? Guess who I'm pointing the finger at? I don't point the finger at you. It always goes back to self, man. Again, it always goes back to self. You are the foundation of everything that exists within your universe, whether you like it or not. You are the foundation. You are the common denominator. You are the thing that remains the constant in your life. So the things that happen to you, guess what? You are at the center all the time. So you're going to be dealing with a lot of different people going to come in and out of your life. A lot of different circumstances and environments going to come in and out of your life. But guess what's remaining the same? It's you. You remaining in the picture at all times. You are the constant. You are the common denominator. So again, if things need to change, why not start with that common denominator, which is you? You are at the center. You are that common denominator. So that's where we're going to start. So if you crying about anything, we're going to deal with you. We're going to deal with the foundation. The foundation is you. We're going to see what changes you need to make. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. They want me to go in on somebody else. They want me to place the blame. Oh, you eating bad because your spouse is trash. Your spouse eating trash. Or your kids eating trash. Or they advertising the trash on the TV, on YouTube. That's what y'all want me to say. Because y'all could be like, ooh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? No accountability. That's right. They advertising this trash. They putting all these additives in the food to keep us addicted. Well, we got this knowledge. What we doing to counter that? So I ain't about to keep blaming everything. I ain't doing that. I acknowledge roles, and then I come up with solutions, and I put things into motion. That's it. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. 360 degrees. That's how we operate. That's how we function. That's how we operate. That's how we function. That's how you close the cipher. That's how you close your cipher, man. Point blank. I'm not about to be blaming anything. I'm not about to be analyzing or assessing your situation and be like, Dag, yep. You know what I'm saying? You overweight because this no good person you with feeding you this garbage food. Well, guess who chose to be with that no good person that's feeding you the garbage food? You did. You chose to be with that person. And you continuing to choose to be with that person. And since you chose to be with that person, guess what? Now you are choosing to eat the food that they are supplying you with. It's a choice. And nobody is forcing you to do none of this. So that's on you. So now we got to ask yourself, why are you choosing to be with somebody that's not conducive to your overall growth and development, to your overall health and well-being? Why are you choosing that? You are making these choices. Nobody has put the gun in your head and forced these things on you. You are making these choices. You are making these decisions. Let's deal with that. I don't care about what this other person is doing. I don't care that they cooking these bad foods. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about them. We're going to deal with you. Focusing on them ain't going to solve a lick of a problem at all. Percy for sure. Yeah, James Allen for sure. Like I said, I think it's all his books compiled into one large book. You know, and it's a jewel, man. It's a jewel. I'm on page 30 and 40, and I'm tapped all the way in. You know, consciousness activated and elevated. You know, that's the wave, that's the vibe that we on, man. That's the vibe, that's the wave that we on. That's the frequency, the vibe, whatever you want to call it. That's what we operating on. That's the level in which we operate. You know what I'm saying? We focus on elevation, we focus on evolution, we focus on health, we focus on progress. Anything that's not dealing with any of that in which I just named, discard it. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Lee talked about that, man. You know, what's useful, we keep it. What's useless, we discard it. Life, that's how you do it. You know, it's serving me no purpose. Guess what? Boom, discard that, throw it in the trash. Okay, this is serving a purpose right now. This is adding on. Let me keep this. Let me keep this. Stop making life so complicated, man. That brother that you got in your life right now is not adding on. You get rid of. That sister that you got in your life right now is not adding on. You get rid of. But y'all, I think my people just pulled up, man. I was in the flow. I was flowing, man. But I think my people just pulled up. So I got to tap out. I appreciate the donations, all the comments, all that good stuff. I'm going to try to tap in with y'all again one day this weekend. But I appreciate y'all, man. It's always love and it's always peace. Y'all enjoy the weekend and this Friday evening. I'm out, though. Peace.